I'm 52 years of age. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I work in the medical industry as a manager. I travel. I work in an office. My lifestyle is one that has me playing soccer in the winter and water skiing in the summer. I go for walks on most days. I'm 52 years of age and I'm pretty active. 3.5 years, maybe nearly close to 4 years ago, I had a sprained ankle and a sore knee, went to see my GP just to make sure that it wasn't something more sinister. And he asked me the question, when was the last time we did bloods? I looked at him sideways, which clearly suggested it had been a long time. So he referred a series of blood tests for me. And a week later, I found myself sitting in front of the GP being told the outcome of those results. It was then that he suggested to me, thanks to the results of my HbA1c levels, that I might be pre-diabetic. And then said that we'll come back in 3 months' time to determine whether or not the blood levels are still similar and still high in the context of diabetes. 3 months later, HbA1c and a variety of other blood tests, I came back and I had high cholesterol as well as a high HbA1c. So it was then that he told me that he thought I had type 2 diabetes. For me, that just didn't seem to make any sense. I was active, I ate healthy, I had a good lifestyle, I thought I was fit, and how the hell can I have type 2 diabetes? So here I am. I've now accepted it took me about a year to accept the fact that I had type 2 diabetes. And when I made that decision myself to accept the diagnosis, the challenge was trying to understand what it is. I work in the medical device industry, but as a patient, it was still challenging for me to understand what is diabetes, what is type 2 diabetes, how do I treat it, how do I manage it? And it therefore became the beginning of a journey that in many cases was quite frustrating. I did the Professor Wikipedia, the Dr. Google, trying to find information on the internet. There's a lot there, but it was certainly confusing. I then asked a lot more people. That was even more confusing. Under trying to understand what food to eat, what diet to take. Everyone's got an expert opinion on which diet, but I soon realized that the best way for me to get the right advice was to go back to my GP and then got a referral to a dietitian and then got the right advice about food, understanding how to prepare and cook food, and then more importantly, how all of that related to what it was when you have diabetes. So when I finally decided and accepted the fact that I had diabetes, I went back to the GP, sat in front of him and told him, okay, I've got diabetes, I accept that now, what next? The first thing he did was he wrote out a prescription for 2 drugs. One was Crestor for my cholesterol and the other was metformin for my blood sugar levels. I thanked him for the prescription, but I then asked what else is there? And he said, well, take these and let's see you in 3 months. And I immediately said, well, what else is there? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, what? I need to know what diabetes is. Surely there's another way to be able to manage this without just immediately taking drugs. If I go straight into taking pharmaceuticals to treat this disease, then am I really doing anything to manage the disease and improve my lifestyle? And that became the beginning of a journey that's now been going on for some 3.5 years. So today, 3.5, nearly 4 years later, I am diet-controlled, non-medicated type 2 diabetic. So what that means is that I've got to think every single day about what it is I'm doing, what it is I'm eating, how active am I, how am I thinking, how well am I sleeping, all in with the aim to manage and control my type 2 diabetes. So I start every day with a blood glucose test every morning, a finger prick test. I do that just because it's the only way to understand what is the impact of what I did the day prior. I do it first thing in the morning before anything else. And then I usually go for a nice long walk with my beautiful Labrador. It's usually a 3, 5, sometimes a 7-kilometre walk. And that's one thing that I have decided to do subsequent to my diagnosis, and that is to make sure I do get my daily count of steps and exercise going.
I've got to think about what I eat. I eat very healthy, fish 2 or 3 times a week, fresh vegetables and fruit. I've cut down on the pastas, the carbohydrates, the breads and so forth. It's all about sourdough if I eat bread at all, and that's not every day. So very much it's about diet. And then also making sure that I get a good amount of sleep every single day, because that's clearly shown to me and proven is a major contributor to being able to control the right blood sugar levels.